Reading 90 from the Psychological Commentaries on the Teaching of Gurdjieff and Ouspensky by Dr. Maurice Nicoll, Volume 3. Great Animal House, September 13th, 1947. The Inner Man. If thy right eye offend thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Matthew 5:29 and 30. How difficult it is to grasp what this means, as long as the literal sense dominates the mind. Of what use to pluck out the right eye or to cut off the right hand, as perhaps some fanatics have done? It is the psychological meaning that matters. What does the eye mean in the ancient language of parables? Christ said, "The lamp of the body is the eye. If therefore thine eye be single, thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thine eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness." Matthew 6:22. But in saying this, it is not meant that the literal eye is the lamp, but the psychological eye. What is the psychological eye? It is the eye of the mind. It is how one sees things mentally, not physically. When a man says, "I think I see what you mean," he does not refer to his physical eye, but to the eye of his mind. That is, he means that he thinks he understands what you mean. So, to transform literal into psychological meaning, when Christ says that the eye is the lamp of the body, it could be written, the understanding is what illuminates the mind. According to the quality of the understanding, so is the mind illuminated with meaning. A low level of understanding, therefore, makes the mind dark. The mind will be in darkness because the understanding is undeveloped or negative. Why is the right eye to be plucked out if it offends? The right eye and the right hand, if they offend, are to be got rid of. Why not the left eye and hand? The right hand is ordinarily the more conscious. The more conscious side of a man is the external man, the side he makes use of most. The less conscious side is the inner, deeper man. If the external man offends or causes offense in relation to the inner, deeper man, then that which offends in the external man must be plucked out or cut off. Why? Because these two men must become one. The outer man is formed by contact with outer life, to adapt to life. If we understand this, then it is apparent that the left eye and left hand could not be plucked out or cut off, for they belong to the inner man. Esoteric, that is, inner, teaching is about the development of the inner man, to make it possible for it to control the outer man as a good rider controls a horse, so that they become one. Insofar as the acquired views of the external man, the right eye, offend the growing understanding of the inner man, or the actions of the external man, the right hand, do the same, then it is a question of plucking out or cutting off what offends in the outer man, the man acquired from life. For a man can only grow from his own understanding, which is inner freedom, and not from his acquired views. A man with only an outer side developed towards life is a half-man, a one-sided man in the sense of a man cut longitudinally in half. He has one leg, an arm, and half a brain. There are two sides to a man, a right and left, an outer and an inner. They have to be joined together to form the entire man. The faculties that turn us towards life and those that turn us towards the soul need equivalent development. The lost half of us, by remaining lost, renders our existence a half-existence. So we live with half-meanings. There is an incredible lack of meaning in each day that we arrange for by forming habits from which we derive meaning at second hand. The external man, and so the external mind, is open to the ambitions, cares, and worries of life. This external mind, however well formed, does not and cannot unite with the other side of the man. By a change in circumstances, it can be brought to naught, and the man perhaps dies having nothing else. Life is a picture of people fighting to keep the external man alive. One mistake, major or minor, and the man falls. Why? Because all the meaning of himself is in what is outside himself, in the external man, which is not the real man. Self-esteem, self-liking, self-approbation keep the external man active. When a man begins to see what he is really like, the false ideas of himself diminish. This makes it possible for the inner, real but undeveloped side to grow. But as long as a man believes in what he imagines himself to be, this is impossible. In this connection, there are many spurious ways of saying that one is bad, headstrong, and so on. All this rests on the vanity of self-approbation, and is not really seeing what one is and knowing it. To say easily that one is bad, etc., is not to feel its truth. Once a man begins to see straightly what he is like, he is silent about himself. The danger, then, is that he may kill himself, unless he is shown that this is a necessary and definite stage in his inner development.